was not expecting.
I love this one. I adore this one. This was so good. Tis I. Jus Henry, the original, the one, the only, and we are here with another episode of The Umpteenth Truth, and I'm here with my good cousin.
Wizard Wise in the flesh, good people. How y'all feeling out there?
And you better be feeling good, because I know I am.
It's a lot of craziness in the world.
Yeah, it makes me feel real good about myself.
Smile as much as you can.
Yes. Live life and love it. So, to start, my good sir,
yes,
we're going to... I guess you could call it a reaction video. It's more like just feeding off of the news and things that's going on, things that we got to prepare for. So in this lovely time of year where people tend to travel and go where they'd like around the world, see their family and loved ones, especially Thanksgiving. We got Christmas, New Year's, Hanukkah, all of that. Kwanzaa.
Yeah.
Well, we have now been brought to the cusp of conversation. What we have brought to the cusp of conversation is the fact that we as a people have started a new epidemic after the pandemic. And this kind of was there before the pandemic. It's just been magnified.
Yeah.
Pardon. Thank you.
You're good.
I told you read more than me. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna listen to some news reports and some of the people that were there, reactions. We're gonna listen to more than one of them because they're about 3.5 minutes long. But just come with us as we go down this road, and we're going to discuss it because it's something that we need to discuss because I want to feel safe, so do you. All right. So, do me the honor. All right, here we go.
An airline passenger is accused of trying to open a cockpit door in mid-flight and then hitting a flight attendant in the face, not once, but twice. Tonight, we're learning how much that passenger may be fined. More than $52,000.
Yeah,
now,
buddy.
the I-Team first told you about the rise of unruly passengers, and tonight our investigative reporter Lolita Lopez shows us what can happen if you don't follow the rules.
This is video of a man being held down by other passengers on a flight in March when it appears that traveler tried to open an emergency exit door mid-flight.
Kill him.
The plane was making its way to Los Angeles and had to be diverted to Denver. This video appears to show the passenger on a gurney being wheeled out and taken into custody.
Talk about an escort.
This is a woman yelling at passengers on another flight after refusing to wear a mask, which is required on public transportation.
What we've seen on our planes is flight attendants being physically assaulted, pushed, choked. We had a passenger urinate. We had a passenger spit into the mouth of a child.
You getting
the
punched.
first told you about the increase in cases.
I'm glad I said that because they should maul that person.
Hey.
I hope you spit into her child so she beat the brakes off you.
It's getting worse, man. It's gotten a lot worse.
The Federal Aviation Administration is now dealing with 1,300 complaints in just 4 months' time, compared to 150 for a typical year. Many of them about passengers refusing to wear a mask. According to records obtained by the I-Team and our NBC Bay Area partners, 5 major California airports alone have responded to more than 150 separate complaints for ignoring safety COVID rules since last fall.
The physical and verbal abuse that flight attendants have been taking has been way off the charts.
You disrupt a flight with threatening, intimidating, or violent behavior, you'll face a civil penalty from the FAA of up to $35,000 and possible imprisonment as well.
On Monday, the FAA announced 4 more proposed fines for flights taken from last December to February. One man on a flight from Hawaii to Seattle was fined $52,500 for allegedly trying to open a cockpit door while in the air, repeatedly refusing to comply with flight crew instructions and hitting a flight attendant in the face twice. The FAA says police boarded the plane when it landed and took the man into custody. 2 more fines against passengers alleged they would not comply when asked to wear masks. In one incident, a man allegedly refused to put away alcohol he had brought on the plane and continually removed his face mask or wore it improperly.
Right off the nose, I can't stand it.
Bro, you getting on a plane trying to cause craziness.
Oh, yeah.
Like, this thing ain't 30,000 feet in the air.
Ain't ready.
Repeated requests to wear a mask. She allegedly started yelling and cursing at crew members. She now faces a $9,000 fine. Remember, while some things are opening up, the mask mandates on planes, trains, and buses stay in effect through mid-September. All the airlines we contacted say they will continue to enforce the rules. The FAA says passengers have 30 days after receiving an FAA enforcement letter to respond to the agency. They will continue to push a zero-tolerance policy for any abusive, threatening, or intimidating behavior. For the I-Team, Lolita Lopez, NBC4 News.
Yo, I really got to say this because I really love how she represented the Latina culture, you know what I'm saying? Because she was professional, you know, quite articulate. And not to say that having an accent it makes you any less articulate, but when she came in there with the Lolita Lopez right there and then kept signing off, like, what? And that was so smooth. Like, y'all really got to notice things like that when people speak. When they speak and they're really like in tune with their job and their professionalism and their art, that's actual talent. Because then she just came out there and said, you know, I am just like Jenny from the block. And I will probably cut you some way, but not right now. Signing off. That's the thing, you know what I mean? Anyway, so seeing as how this is your first time seeing it, so
True big.
Your remarks, please, if you will. Unless because boy, oh boy, I love it.
So it is my first time seeing it, and this type of foolishness. That's the best way I can put it. This type of foolishness I generally try to avoid.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, we talked about before, I strongly believe there are monsters in the world. Mm-hmm. And these people who get on these planes doing this craziness is simply that. They're monsters. They're stupid. If I get it, the mask mandate to a lot of folks, they ain't rocking with it. But it's public transportation. You are paying for a service. Just because you pay whatever a plane ticket is, $300-400, that does not mean you can go on there and you dictate the terms. These terms are set prior to you cashing out, and you willingly accept it when you pay.
When you give your banking information, people call and say, "Oh, I didn't sign anything." No, you gave your banking information. You're agreeing to do business.
Exactly. So you get on these public services, acting a fool. I couldn't be no flight attendant. I'm fired. We fighting. I couldn't be no passenger on the plane where a person tries to open the cockpit, because if I'm correct, and the little I know about planes, that happens, the plane goes one way. You just let a lot of air. You killing bunches of people. That's terrorism. Yeah. I'm beating you up.
Yeah. We've got more.
Bro, I hope that was the lightest get, because this is gonna make me upset. It just doesn't make any sense.
Trigger alert.
If you do not like the terms of a public service,
don't use it.
Invest in a private one. Get a private plane. There's bunches of people who do it. Drive your car. I am leaving in 3-4 days to drive from Florida back home to Illinois. It's a 14-15 hour drive.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna relish it, right? What if you want to drive that? I don't know what to tell you, because you ain't got to dictate terms. For example, I don't like driving through Atlanta.
Yeah. And you can choose to go around.
No, I'm not gonna just go around. I'm just gonna go earlier so I can avoid the morning day and the lunch traffic. I can't stand it. It's the stop and go. I can't stand it.
Yes. You will get
it's
caught.
like I-4 here.
Yes.
During rush hour. I hate it. So I try to avoid it.
Dysfunction junction.
Right. But I'm not gonna willingly go into these traffic situations, just start shouting at people, move faster. And you know what the game is.
Are you even from here?
So it's I don't man, those people need to be beat up.
That's
100%. I'm like I said, I'm a people. I condone violence when violence is necessary.
So how do you feel about the fines?
I don't think they're enough. I don't think if
$52,500 isn't enough.
That may break somebody.
I'm just asking. How do you feel?
That's a lot, but
he did threaten the lives of hundreds of people.
Nah, he
threatened the lives of the
guy that assaulted the
pilots.
He assaulted
and punched the
they should have beat him up
twice Twice.
Find that man 100 racks at least.
100.
And then
Somebody going
ban
home
them
with
from
that.
the plane. Like it just ain't no
Pain and
way,
suffering.
bro. You
Yeah.
playing with people's lives.
Yes.
Lives
And livelihoods.
Yeah, so ain't no way. And then I think some person got $9,000 for shout. Nope,
She did.
20 racks.
The young lady.
You gotta get the point across. Stop being stupid.
This is the bare minimum
right.
amount.
This ain't like no bus.
Too much
You
fluctuation.
can't pearl over on the curb.
Well, see, it's I honestly I'm applauding it because people need to learn consequence in a society that we live in where we have so many freedoms. People take advantage of those and
it produces ignorant entitlement.
Just terrible acting people. So they may not be terrible people at home or wherever, but at those precise moments they were, yeah. Anyway, but nonetheless,
we got another one, don't we?
well, we definitely do. I don't even want to talk about all of them yet. I'm just getting your feedback because I was very, very well aware of what was coming on. Trigger alert. I'm going to say it again. Trigger alert.
I try to avoid it, man.
Trigger alert. Trigger alert.
I'm a strong believer in people are stupid, but I am a hopeful believer in saying that there are good persons in the world. So I try to.
There's always good people because you wouldn't have people that were helping the actual flight attendants to get these people down. And dude, matter of fact, let's go ahead. Speaking of passengers helping the flight attendants, let's go to the next one.
All right.
Let's do that. How about that?
Help!
Start it again. Yo,
I was not expecting.
I love this one. I adore this one. This was so good. Oh my god. Oh,
I can't get to that. It was so unexpected.
Oh my god. And in a subtle way, look at the picture. Look at the picture. In a subtle way, he is enjoying this. Okay? In a subtle way, he is enjoying this.
And they can't be too high in there because you see city lights here.
Yeah. They're well within.
So this brother probably just got on the plane and decided to act the fool.
Let's watch.
Help!
They laughing at him.
Help! This man got the right dentist. That's all I'm gonna say.
You got the right dentist. That's great.
Ladies and gentlemen, just make sure your seatbelts are fastened. We are landing right.
Telecommunication are against the truth. Both of you fuck. You guys suck.
Just shout at 22. He had the peak of his entitlement.
My parents
You got it here.
are reported. Goddamn.
I'm like, yeah, they bleeding out what he actually
You know
said.
what? You fucking suck.
He said, I'm worth.
Yeah, you what? My grandpa is reporting.
Yes, my grandpa. He said my grandpa is worth blah 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 whatever.
He got money.
His grandparents got money.
So he think he disrespect people.
Parents are thousandaires. He's
My
just a
grandpa
kid.
is the most wholesome person you're ever gonna talk to.
Most wonderful person.
I swear to God.
That was the most sincere thing he ever said.
Why you talking?
He's just yelling.
You're not welcome.
Don't tell me thank you, because you're not welcome.
No, don't say thank you. You have no goddamn idea what's coming for you.
Yeah.
Yo, chill out.
Well, he grabbed that hand out the air like, now here it go. The lights are on you, sir. That's what you want. Get all that attention, buddy. Get it off your nose, you can breathe. There you go.
Hold on, bro. Like, come on with the commercials, dude.
Let it go too, man. You gotta let it go.
I have the ability.
I'm so confused on like, because there's a point in time where a woman comes and it looks like she's trying to apprehend the guy that's apprehending him.
Oh no, she was trying to help, but you know, like the joint tackle.
Oh, he already in the chair.
Yeah, she didn't know what she was doing. She was just looking energetic.
Oh,
Look at this. Yeah. Let me help you. I don't even know what to grab.
She just
I don't know what. There ain't no room for me, really.
it's like the little cartoons where you see the man like, hey, here, let me help you out, girl. he just like he ain't doing nothing, but just trying to get a feel.
I don't really need to help you, but I'm gonna help you anyway.
Yeah, he ain't doing nothing.
That's hilarious.
So we do that.
So with this one,
this was again a dang fool, and I couldn't really make out what bro was saying, but my question is,
when
who
you said entitled,
agitated?
when you said entitled at first, I was like, bro, it's like I thought you were in tune with it already. I was like, yes, he was completely
most
speaking
of the
out
time,
of his
people in the
entitlement.
States do stupid stuff because they feel entitled to do the stupid stuff.
Yes, that's
and
what
so
he
now
said.
this young man will be remembered from this video, and he will feel some type of way because
And he won't get hired.
it's not going to be good.
Not for what he wants, because he was saying that it was a telecommunications. He was talking about that, and then kind of
as in
using
what
that
he
as the
went to school
beginning,
for?
right? As his bragging point, his diving board. Then he started going into his parents
and their
and how
wealth.
much thousands they have, basically, and basically kind of going into that's my power as well. Then he says, and my grandpa, he's a whatever. They bleeped or whatever, muted the tone, the words what they were saying, which probably was wise. You don't want to know his grandpa's name or how much they're worth. But it's hilarious that he was used that as his argument point. And then the most sincere thing he said was, my grandpa's the best person you'll ever meet. But mainly because he was speaking out of love at that moment. And I can appreciate that.
And it
But
just makes me
everything else,
question like what they do to bro to make him just start shouting. Like no one, there's no. If they said in the captions that plane was landing, so that means for a full flight he was just cool.
drunk. He was drunk, bro.
Oh,
That dude was not sober. And at the same token, because of, if you look at the adjacent parties of African American descent that are very antagonistic, if you will.
they was definitely clowning, bro.
Everybody had their phones
sure.
out.
Yeah.
Everybody had their slick things to say. Everybody was joining in the mob
clowning,
mentality
bro,
of
for sure.
laughing at Buddy. But at the same token, he set himself up to put himself out there. But at the same time, everybody else exacerbated the whole thing. So it was pretty interesting to me.
And those people got that on that video on their phone. They gonna be laughing at that for some years to come.
Oh yeah.
So,
I was there.
Yeah,
I was there.
Yeah,
and if he ever get a job, I'm bringing this video right to his boss.
That's gonna be tough. I hope his grandfather's wealth keeps him sheltered for quite a while.
That grandfather about to go to Tahiti, buy him up some land, and just veg out. He's like, man, I ain't worried about that boy. I don't worry about that boy at all.
But that one, what I do appreciate is that video came immediately following the one that was a little bit more severe. Because that one, I see you, because that one was very life. That video started off, help.
he gets it off his mouth and he turns to help me, please.
That one
I think
was
it's
good.
hilarious, bro.
Help!
Help me.
After talking all that crap, after talking all that stuff, all that conversation, all that shouting, the first thing you want to do is when you apprehend
ask for help.
That's crazy. But people do that all the time. It's the same thing like when you see drunk folks on the street get apprehended by the officers trying to be complicit with them and trying to like, hey bro, we need to get you here, you drunk, you in the way. I ain't doing a mother blipping and
You're
blipping and blipping.
But then
they
saying
on the
I'm
floor.
not resisting.
Oh my God, I can't breathe. I can't
Now
breathe.
I need you to help me, and I want to be. No, man, it's too late.
It could have easily been avoided.
Anyway, people don't know how to treat themselves, much less treat the authorities that are around them.
All right, so the third video, what we got?
So, are we going before?
Oh, we got 7 minutes.
Third video.
Third video.
This one is gonna give a little more people views. So we'll just go with it.
Okay.
So listening to this, and we're gonna hear how other people's perspective of them viewing what happened. And it's actually interesting for us to talk about what happened too. So
Sounds like a good time.
It's always a good time, sir. Always.
Just this morning here at the North.
Oh my God. She's actually interestingly funny too. If you read reporters and some of their isms and mannerisms, oh my God, they're hilarious people. Anyway, go ahead.
What I like is this coat she rocking. That coat she rocking is super fresh.
It ain't terrible.
Yeah, I like that. I like the color. And it goes well with her pasty skin. I mess with it. And she got the little lipstick that's
It's matching.
Bro.
Popping.
She got a date after this. On my I swear she got a date.
And she had some style. That's why they got her on Fox.
100%.
Just this morning here at the North Terminal, inside two passengers in some kind of altercation, a police report was taken. It doesn't quite compare to what you're about to see. 2 weeks ago, two passengers in an all-out brawl. They, of course, garnered quite an audience, and one happened to be recording. Take a look.
Bro, why he long stroking that man like that? Wait a minute. I apologize. That man was.
2 weeks ago, two
Whoa.
passengers
Yes, you gonna
in
keep
an
going, man.
all-out
It's gonna show
brawl. They,
more.
of
I
course,
promise.
garnered quite an audience, and one happened to be recording. Take a look.
Take a look.
Bro.
Even on the get up, that culture.
Wow, and no one
She's like,
stopped.
wow.
Earlier
That was
this
here?
month, 4 gates down from a TSA security checkpoint, a brawl breaks out outside of a Spirit
Get back
Airlines.
down.
Outside of Spirit? Yeah. That's why. Okay, that is a line.
Oh, Spirit. That's why.
They do say spirit.
Spirit comes with a stigma. Oh, look at the blue jacket was there.
Literally tore him up.
Blue jacket was there. Like, I ain't jumping in that.
No.
An issue on board a flight
bones
turned
don't
into
work
a
that
fight
well.
once they got off.
We're too grown to be outside.
Oh, once they got off a flight? Oh, he was
around the ground. People got kids.
It was already
We're
coming.
trying to make it home safe.
The video goes on for about a minute before passengers break it up. It's unclear at what point an official responded. The
He hit
suspect
that man
was
so
cited
hard his
for
legs
assault,
weak.
but the spokesperson we
Look at him. I'm
didn't say
saving
who
you
he
from
was
getting
in the
killed.
And you still talking?
Your beard roughed up.
Bro, hold on. What she say? Hold on.
We talked. Suspect was cited for assault before passengers break it up.
People got kids. They're all traveling. We're trying to make it home safe.
The video goes on for about a minute before passengers break it up. It's unclear.
And his
at what
Jordans.
point an
He was handing that man
official
long
responded.
strokes
The suspect
in
was
his
cited for
Jordans.
assault, but the spokesperson we talked to didn't say who he was in the video.
I know their job is pretty tough. I've done security before too, but somebody should have been there trying to break it up.
Sound like shit.
Trying to keep the peace, something.
It's the second time this year chaos
Really don't
captured
say.
on video at the North Terminal.
Look, move the baby out the way. They had to snatch the
Spirit
baby.
Airlines passengers attacked employees.
That's what I don't agree with.
upset for having to verify their bag size. 2 employees were hurt. One went to the hospital.
Everybody's in the house, and then you let them out. You know what happens when you let people out of the house? They go crazy. They don't know how to act sometimes.
2 similar situations in Florida this month. And in Miami, 3 simultaneous fights between passengers started.
What is this Grand Theft Auto in the airport?
Bro.
No, I guess it's just happening.
No, this worse than Grand Theft Auto. This UFC.
Yo.
Pride.
They're coming out strong, I guess.
Yo. Hold on, because I want to see it again.
Oh, okay.
I want to see it again. It was a lot.
Keep the peace, something.
It's the second time this year chaos captured on video at the North Terminal.
Oh my God.
Hold up the baby.
In January, Spirit Airlines passengers attacked employees, upset for having to verify their bag size. 2 employees were hurt. One went to the hospital.
Everybody's in the house, and then you let them out. You know what happens when you let people out of the house? They go crazy. They don't know how to act sometimes.
2 similar situations in Florida this month. And in Miami, 3 simultaneous fights between passengers started over an issue about standby seats.
Oh, those are fighting each
I
other.
guess it's just happening everywhere recently.
Downs
People
each other.
are.
Oh, I looked at all those are staff members.
The first one was staff, yo.
Yo.
Here she go.
3 of the 4 videos we highlighted in that story all involve Spirit Airlines in one way or another. We reached out to the company and did not hear back in time for the story.
No, you're not going to hear back. It's
Detroit
embarrassing.
Metro Airport, Jessica Dupnack, Fox 2 News.
Jessica, other passengers.
You're not going to hear back.
No. Listen to what he say. Listen to what he say. Listen to what he say.
Broke up the fight this time. But what about security? Are there enough officers on duty to keep everyone safe?
We've been out here for a few hours today, Huel, and there are officers everywhere. A lot of these guys retired Detroit police officers from other agencies, so it's not a matter they don't know what they're doing. But while things are heated, while we see these incidents, it does beg the question, do they need more officers out here?
Somebody needs to step in before somebody really gets hurt. Jessica, thank you.
That man.
Isn't he so profound? Like he's.
I like it. I like bro.
Somebody. Yeah, he's gonna get hurt.
So two things. Bro, come on with this. 2 things.
Go ahead.
2 things, right? The first of which is people start asking for officers, right? That's the first one. When stuff gets over, they start asking for officers. But I imagine these folks are also the same ones who pushing this defund the police. Why would you need the police if there are no monsters in the world?
If there's no monsters to be saved from.
The second of which is if I'm at an airport and because there's levels to it, so if we're on the airplane and you acting unruly, I'm on your neck because my life is in jeopardy.
Heard it.
If I'm at the airport, like in the last video, I'm letting them fight. Ain't unless it's like a baby. That's all I get for it.
I get the difference though. I get the separation, but
my life ain't threatened. These people just fighting.
Yeah.
So, because in the third video, if they just fighting, my life isn't threatened. And the only person's life you're threatening over whatever beef it may have come is the person you putting your hands on, right? Okay. So if y'all just fighting, like in the first video, dude was long stroking that man with the Jordans, like that's different. What he upset him, and then the man gets up still talking trash. Yeah. Let him go. Let him fight him some more.
Let's finish it up. Let him finish.
It wasn't like I quit. I give up. He looked pretty agitated.
No,
like
everybody was trying to save him, but he didn't want to be saved.
Yeah, no, let them fight. This man need to get that off his chest. The lesson has to be taught him.
What if you're breaking up the fight and you hurt that person? You ever seen The Incredibles?
I have.
You ever seen
the movies?
The movie Incredible.
Okay.
The Incredibles, where it was basically they were superheroes, and the major superhero, the dad, he actually saved the guy that was trying to kill himself and sued the super.
Yeah, so that has happened. I've also heard instances where like there was one story when I was in Indiana. I think it was, I just graduated, probably 2014, 2015. A person the person breaks into this man's house in South Bend, Indiana, I believe.
Okay.
And the person shoots the man in the leg, but he lets the man leave. The man comes back and he sues the man for breaking into his house. The homeowner loses that case.
Golly.
There's no way. So in other words, he should have shot him for home invasion and it would have been fine. But because he shoots you in your leg and he lets you leave, you sue him.
Yeah.
So, and this is like that where I try to break up that type of mentality will definitely make people say, okay, I don't want to do nothing. In the same case for the officers, security officers, if he's breaking up a fight and someone says, you manhandling him, you shouldn't have done that. All right, now you can potentially sue him.
That's an illegal chokehold.
So I understand the reluctance, which is why I said, if my life ain't threatened, I'm gonna let him mob it out. You're gonna squab it out. The point of get across some form of offensive. Now you can say, okay, well, potentially you can escalate to him come up with a firearm and he starts letting loose. In the airport, that shouldn't happen. Yeah, so
really right. You should be safe from that.
Most cases,
and if he does try to get to it, he's got to get to it. Then he's got to load it. Then he's got to do all that. And by that time, I'm breaking your hand. So
I used to go to the house parties. Well, I say used to like it was a habitual thing. I probably only went to 2 in my life and called it quits. Wow. For real. But one of them, I ain't gonna say your name, but I want to. Because it's in my brain. He talking that trash about being not from Champaign, which is where I'm from. I'm not from Champaign. I'm from Joliet. And them boys from Champaign beat you like you were from it. He gets mad.
That's hilarious.
He has a toolie. He lets how he start shooting. Now he's just shooting, and then some person does get shot. right? And they were bystanders. They don't die, but they get shot. It could have been significantly worse.
Right.
But it just goes to show that when people are upset, they just start doing stuff.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, your beef was with one person.
Right.
And the people who were mobbing you for you talking that trash, they weren't out shooting they weren't out trying to hurt anybody.
But he's not trying to get at those people. He's just trying to flex. He's trying to establish dominance over somebody. Thank you.
Exactly.
It's got to be over somebody else. I got to have a win. I got to leave with a win. I lost and I got to beat down.
Gotta get a
I got to
win.
leave with something.
So
it's terrible.
One of you in the comments may definitely be like, all right, well, he can escalate it like the story. But most times this doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just one of those things where I'm just going to let you fight it out. It's different if there's a sword involved, there's a weapon involved. If it's hand to hand, you're going to catch all them long strokes. You deserve it. That's the first thought of my mind. You deserve it.
I know for a fact this conversation stemming from the actual flight. I can imagine what this was about, especially this. No offense to size, but this smaller Caucasian gentleman that basically may have been talking about how big and how much room Big Boy was taking or something. I don't know. He may have been snoring. He may not have been able to get into the aisle fast enough. He may have been, a little musty while he was trying to get his bag out the overhead. We don't know.
put his underbelly on his forehead.
No, with the shirt going up, so it's just nothing but hairy belly, just hair for you.
If that's the case, I completely understand why he wanted to fight him.
40-year-old. Oh no, was it 40-year-old? No. Along King Polly. You ever seen that movie? Nope. Along King Polly? Along King Polly, there's a scene in there. Should have, though. You have to see that movie.
Is that the one with Jennifer Aniston?
With Jennifer Aniston.
I don't know.
And I don't remember the guy's name. I'll look it up. But he's playing basketball with his homeboy, and he's basically talking about the girl. I really like her. I think she's good. And next thing you know, they're playing against this guy, and the guy takes off his shirt, but he's like mad hairy. But he keeps playing, and he's sweaty. Next thing you know, is this guy that we're talking about, the main character. He's like a germaphobe, and next thing you know, he actually, the opponent goes up for a rebound, comes down, and he's right there, but his whole, I'm talking about from navel all the way up to the chest. It just was all down his face like this on the way down, right? So you got gravity and all kinds of weight and the sweat, nasty grime, and the hair painting your face with more sweat. As it goes down, it's in his mouth, he's spitting. It was disgustingly hilarious. I love telling that story.
I used to hoop in the summer, right? I've never seen that movie, but that scenario is real. I used to hoop in the summer, specialize a little dude. If you're from the Midwest and you're from Illinois and you know them, no, I imagine it's worse here because it's hot every day.
Yes.
Bro, if you hooping on a court, one of the rules we have, and some people take offense to it, but we'd be ready to fight because it's disgusting trying to guard somebody that's shirtless and they sweaty, and they sweat is on your hand, bro. It's gross.
Nah, man.
We take the t-shirt, the white beater, so on and so forth. We will swab you, bro. Like it's disgusting. So if this man put his underbelly on him and it set him off, I understand.
That would be funny.
All I'm saying is you ain't take your L like a G, or they should just let you keep fighting.
They should have just let you fight until the authorities come. And honestly, I understand the Good Samaritan mode,
even as
blah,
a police,
blah, blah.
I just let them fight.
But my mindset as a black man with dreads at 6'1", almost 6'1", I pick my battles very, very wisely because I'm not gonna just jump into random scenarios for people that I don't know, just willy nilly. If it's children, I'm putting my life on the line, and I'm gonna bring that point up. I put my life on the line for children. That's not a problem. I won't even think twice about it. But as far as an adult in an adult scenario, y'all straight. Just make sure nobody touches my kids or my family or people that I'm caring about or me. If you're coming through my 3 feet of space, I'm tripping somebody. I'm helping somebody in this fight to end this fight quicker because you made me angry. A little bit, just a little bit.